Welcome to the 2020-2021 8th grade virtual awards night. To begin our evening, we welcome to our virtual stage our very own Placerita principal, Mr. John Turner.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2021 8th grade awards. We're so glad that you're here. Last year was our first time that we actually did remote awards ceremony, and that was just really strange for us not to be together. So I want to emphasize tonight with you that this year, hopefully, will be the last year that we have to do this. And we've gone through a lot this year. This has been a really tough year for everyone, all of our students, all of our staff. And I would just like to thank you for being here tonight, let you know how much we appreciate all of our students, and especially our students that we're going to hear about tonight. I would like to thank all of our staff that worked really hard to put this entire presentation together. And without further ado, I think we should dive in and get involved in some awards. So thanks to everyone for their participation, and thank you all for being here this evening.
Next, we'd like to welcome our ASB president, Brooklyn Fuller, to the stage.
653 days ago, we first walked into Placerita Junior High School. In those 653 days, we have experienced so much and made so many memories. Everything we've experienced in junior high, the good and the bad, will help prepare us for our future, and some of those memories we will cherish forever. The first day of junior high, when you realized you had to get from the 1000 building to the 100 building in under 5 minutes, and just when you thought you had it all figured out, the periods started rotating, and now you had to figure out what lunch you had every day. Some memories you probably do want to forget. Walking into the locker room on Monday and realizing you didn't bring your PE clothes. Realizing you're 5 minutes late to the Zoom you're supposed to be in right now. The test you forgot to study for, and the homework you waited to do until the very last minute possible. But there are also moments you never want to forget. Cheering on your teammate at a brunch time activity, winning the All-Valley cross-country meet, and finally coming back to school in 2021. We share so many memories with the past students of Placerita, but we, out of all classes, definitely have the most unique experience. We likely will never forget where we were on March 13th, 2020, when we were told school would be out for the next 2 weeks due to something called coronavirus. But that isn't all. In our 2 years at Placerita, we experienced natural disasters, a community tragedy, and an unprecedented school closure. We even experienced coming back to Placerita while wearing masks and missing the other half of our student body. It's all right to be sad about the memories we didn't get to make that we had been looking forward to this year. It's okay to be excited about the next 4 years of high school, and it's okay to be grateful that we, the 8th grade class of 2021, were able to share these moments together. Our story is unlike any of those before us, but I'm proud of us for showing up each day and making the best out of our 8th grade year. Congratulations to Placerita's 8th grade class of 2021.
Tonight, we honor students for a variety of reasons. Students are honored for getting straight A's in a particular subject area for 7 quarters in junior high, maintaining a 4.0 GPA in junior high, earning a 3.5 GPA or better to receive an award of Presidential Excellence, or to be inducted into our National Junior Honor Society. We begin reading our list of honorees by one of our math teachers, Mr. Frank D'Elia.
Congratulations to the following students:
Isabel Acosta, PE. Kelani Agamata, PE. Isaiah Aldana, PE. Vincent Barbano, Presidential. Nathan Belleth, PE. Janelle Boozer, PE. Maxine Kabanman, PE. Christopher Conchola, PE. Christopher Selly, Presidential. Charlie Draper, PE. Riley Edelman, PE. Giselle Garcia, PE. Erin Jenner, PE. Ashley Gonzalez, PE. Annabelle Gould, PE. Belinda Gutierrez, PE. Hunter Hazen, PE. Luis Hernandez Rafaela, PE. Michael Hogan, PE. Adriel Lopez, PE. Sonia Lopez, PE. Samara Luna, PE.
Marie Malouf, PE.
James Manley, PE. Kevin Melquiades, PE. Catherine Mitchell, PE. Alyssa Monin, PE. Alexander Morales, English. Lauren Palmieri, PE. Anna Paulson, Science. Jordan Peters, PE. Alexander Person, Presidential. Ashlyn Pohl, PE. Maritza Quesada, PE. Camila Ramirez, Dance.
To continue reading the list of honorees, we bring up our culinary teacher, Mrs. Karen Cowell.
Congratulations, 8th grade students, on your accomplishments for this year. Diego Rodriguez, PE. Jasmine Rodriguez, PE. Kayla Salgado, PE. Jonathan Sanchez, PE. Edwin Silva, PE. Sadie Selmser, PE. Mila Stein, PE. Nicola Stein, Science. Jack Stitzinger, PE. Kyla Terry, PE. Esteban Valencia, PE. Bella Vera, PE. Bo Voigt, PE. Dylan Young, PE. Andrew Zamora, PE. Maria Fernanda Azmaquita Cordova, Presidential, NJHS. Ryan Baldwin, Presidential, NJHS. Kimberlyn Beltran, Math, Presidential. Luis Beltran, History, Presidential. Jessica Benedict, Presidential, Dance. Lisha Cuneda, Math, PE. Talon Dotremont, Presidential, NJHS. Brianna Jimenez, Science, PE. Jessica Marquin, Presidential, NJHS. Ivan Martinez, PE, Presidential. Marilee Martinez, Dance, Presidential. Victoria Martinez Ortiz, Math, Presidential. Mason Megan, Math, Presidential. Alejandro Ocampo, PE, Presidential. Kieran Padres Hayes, Presidential, NJHS. Sage Patterson, Presidential, NJHS. Nala Perez, Dance, Presidential. Giselle Saravia, PE, Dance. Juliana Sardo, Science, Presidential. Rawan Tamin, Presidential, NJHS.
Our next reader is math teacher, Mrs. Rachel Berger.
Congratulations to the following students: Adonis Velasquez, Presidential, NJHS. Sophia Wiles, Presidential, NJHS. Maxine Brooke Zimmerman, History, Presidential. Harmony Banks, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Lucas Brock, Science, PE, Presidential. Brandon Carroll, Science, Presidential, NJHS. JC Danielson, English, Presidential, NJHS. Jack Dowler, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Brooklyn Dunlap, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Isaiah Flores, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Natalie Flores, Dance, Presidential, NJHS. Antonio Gabriel, Math, PE, Presidential. William Gallegos, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Matthew Guerrero, Science, Presidential, NJHS. Damian Herrera, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Micah Hughes, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Matthew Jameson, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Genevieve Kincaid, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Camille Lagabe, English, Presidential, NJHS. Trent Loftus, Math, Presidential, NJHS. Isabella Marquez, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Parker Maxwell, Math, Presidential, NJHS. Dalen McCarthy, History, Presidential, NJHS. Travis McWhorter, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Kai Miata, PE, Math, Presidential. Joaquin Malario, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Savannah Moreo, Dance, PE, NJHS. Sophia Alvera Valadez, English, Presidential, NJHS. Sarah Perez, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Zachary Press, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Giovanni Sandoval, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Scott Siegmiller, Math, PE, NJHS. Aubrey Sosa, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Brian Urea, History, Presidential, NJHS. Noah Vasquez, Math, PE, Presidential.
Next onto the virtual stage is math teacher, Miss Laura Schultz.
Congratulations to the following students:
Vivian Vega, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Lauren Wagner, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Allison Wikowski, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Alicia Ibarra, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Ashlyn A. Hart, English, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Juliana Avia, English, Math, PE, Presidential. Alexa Bastian, Math, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Chloe Bennett, English, Science, Presidential, NJHS. Elsa Chamorro, Math, History, Presidential, NJHS. Mason Cummings, Math, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Alyssa Embleton, English, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Isabella Gallegos, English, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Vicente Gonzalez, Math, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Jason Hanaun, English, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Alyssa Hernandez, Math, History, Presidential, NJHS. Caleb Hines, English, Science, PE, Presidential. Sophia Hahn, Math, PE, Presidential, NJHS. John Andre Jabon, English, Science, Presidential, NJHS. Julia Lecravine, Math, Science, Presidential, NJHS. Andrea Lopez, Math, Science, Presidential, NJHS. Arissa May Magpante, Math, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Jasmina Makhmudova, English, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Miranda Mathis, History, Science, Presidential, NJHS. Jessica Mendoza, Math, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Catherine Montenegro, PE, Dance, Presidential, NJHS. Alexander Nagler, English, History, Presidential, NJHS. Rehane Nouri, Math, Music, Presidential, NJHS. Kyle Oliveira, PE, Music, Presidential, NJHS. Mohammed Pasha, Math, History, Presidential, NJHS. Jasmine Perez, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Chrislyn Kwok, Math, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Angie Regino, Math, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Lily Sanfilippo, Math, PE, Dance, Presidential.
Isabella Scavo, PE, Dance, Presidential, NJHS. Persephone Cedillo, Science, Music, Presidential, NJHS.
Please welcome our next reader, English teacher Mrs. Katie Siegmiller, to the virtual stage.
Congratulations to the following students. Timoteo Talili, English, Math, Presidential, NJHS. Claire Thurman, PE, Dance, Presidential, NJHS. Christian Trevizu, Math, Music, Presidential, NJHS. Noah Vandermeulen, Math, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Bretton Williams, PE, Music, Presidential, NJHS. Adrian Zamora, Math, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Santiago Zamora Molina, Math, History, Presidential, NJHS. Gannon Blade, English, Math, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Sarah Carbajal, English, History, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Sebastian Carrasco, English, Math, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Sofia Franco Garcia, Math, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Sophia Ganshert, Math, History, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Bruno Garcia Benitez, English, Math, Science, PE, Presidential. Zoe Guzman, Math, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Cora Howard, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Alana Kagoian, English, Math, Science, Presidential, NJHS. Milani Curry, English, PE, Music, Presidential, NJHS. Lacey Lennington, Math, PE, Music, Presidential, NJHS. Liam Mee, Math, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Fernanda Marino, Math, History, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Penelope Quiros, English, Math, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Arispe Salcida Tarua, Math, PE, Dance, Presidential, NJHS. Sawyer Sandhu, Math, History, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Stephanie Soto, Math, PE, Music, Presidential, NJHS. Cooper Thompson, Math, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Alareza Tofengar, Math, History, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Katie Tofengar, Math, PE, Dance, Presidential, NJHS. Kaylee Tolentino, English, History, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Kayla Van Duzer, Math, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Jaden Vanderhork Serrano, Math, History, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Sebastian Wild, Math, History, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Eliza Marie Nalvez, Math, History, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Sophie Adelini, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Connor Brill, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Nicholas Carrasco, English, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS.
Next up is science teacher Mrs. Kelly Soto.
Congratulations to the following students. Matthew Cole, English, Math, History, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Samantha Edelman, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Andre Galustian, English, Math, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Liam Gilbert, English, Math, History, Science, Presidential, NJHS. Avon Hakimi, English, Math, History, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Luke Hughes, Math, History, PE, Music, Presidential, NJHS. Audrey Kim, English, Math, History, Science, Presidential, NJHS. James Landon, English, Math, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Christine Lee, English, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Anthony Lippa, English, Math, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Josu Lopez, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Sophia Mangione, English, Math, History, Science, Presidential, NJHS. April Martinez, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Roberto Mieja, English, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Kevin Reyes, English, Math, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Claire Riccardi, English, Math, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Molly Robeson, English, Math, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Ava Smith, English, Math, History, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Cameron Smith, English, Math, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Ben Soto, English, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Ali Ajipur, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Thomas Aston, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Samantha Barrera, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Madison Casey, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Music, Presidential. Christine Cruz, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Sadie Curtis, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Alyssa Davis, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Ashley Dronin, English, Math, History, PE, Music, Presidential, NJHS. Emery Eve, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Savannah Gomez, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Charles Haslam, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Tyler Ludlow, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Rebecca McLeod, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Gianna Patty, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Jane Sato, English, Math, History, Science, Music, Presidential, NJHS. Madeline Schrack, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Claire Tester, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Dance, Presidential. Wiley Thompson, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Everett Zoller, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, NJHS. Mary Ellie Magsese, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Dance, Presidential, NJHS. Lucas Selwa, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Music, Presidential, NJHS.
Pride in excellence is Plasrida's motto, and the students earning this award embody academic excellence. The 4.0 Scholar Award is given to students who have earned a perfect 4.0 grade point average every quarter since the start of 7th grade. We are so proud of all their hard work. To announce this group of students is dance teacher Mrs. Tammy Suchek.
Congratulations to the following students who have also earned a 4-point GPA, which means they have maintained straight A's in 7th and in 8th grade. Avery Adelini, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, 4.0, NJHS. Andrea Ina, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, 4.0, NJHS. Emma Barker, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, 4.0, National Junior Honor Society. Caitlin Brown, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, 4.0, and NJHS. Vanessa Hernandez, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, 4.0, NJHS. Cherry Clanner, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, 4.0, NJHS. Drew Delahouse, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, 4.0, NJHS. Brooklyn Fuller, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, 4.0, NJHS. Veronica Lim, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, 4.0, NJHS. Christian Mengistu, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, 4.0, NJHS. Juliet Ogren, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, 4.0, NJHS. Jillian Rhodes, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, 4.0, NJHS. Mia Rodriguez, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential 4.0, and JHS. Kayla Roskilly, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential 4.0, and JHS. Ashley Alvarez, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential 4.0, and JHS. Francesca Sibaldi, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Dance, Presidential 4.0. Joaquin Solis, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential 4.0, and JHS. Ethan Soni, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential 4.0, and JHS. Jaden Villamueva, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential 4.0, and JHS. Cameron Werner, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential 4.0, and NJHS. Brady Werther, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential 4.0, and JHS. Ellie Yoho, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential 4.0, and JHS. Alyssa Yokoyama, English, Math, History, Science, Presidential 4.0, and JHS. Dylan Zamperin, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential 4.0, and NJHS. Isabella Andrade, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Dance, Presidential 4.0, and NJHS. Abby Ashford, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Dance, Presidential 4.0, and NJHS. Samantha Tavares, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Music, Presidential 4.0, and NJHS. Ethan Everts, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Presidential, Music 4.0, NJHS. Donovan Suarez, English, Math, History, Science, PE, Music, Presidential 4.0, NJHS.
Congratulations again to all of our award winners. Now we move into our special awards. To begin, we welcome our Attendance Secretary, Mrs. Cindy Kolb, to the virtual stage to announce the Perfect Attendance Awards.
I would like to congratulate the following students who had perfect attendance during their time at Placerita. Juliana Avila, Samantha Barrera, Vanessa Conchola, Christine Cruz, Ashley Gonzalez, Luke Hughes, Tyler Ludlow, Catherine Montenegro, Jillian Rhodes, Jane Sadu, Giovanni Sandoval, Ashley Santian, Brian Urea, Sebastian Wild, Alicia Ibarra, Eliza Inalvez, Dylan Zamprin. Congratulations to all.
Next, we award the most prestigious award to a select group of students. This is the Minor Award. This award is given to one student in each of the 5 academic areas of English, History, Math, PE, and Science. Please welcome English Department Chair, Mrs. Jeannie Bozeridge, to announce the English minor.
The 2020-2021 English minor recipient is a responsible, organized, and dedicated student who is conscientious about his schoolwork and his contributions to many activities. His quick wit and sense of humor make class discussions lively and enjoyable in the online format. He is also part of Minor Morning TV and was a member of the Literary Magazine last year, as well as the Creative Writing Club this year. He is in the Santa Clarita Valley Youth Orchestra and composes his own music. His orchestra teacher, Miss Long, added, he is a gifted cellist and young composer. The growth I have witnessed as he has truly come into his own in these last 2 years is remarkable. He's hardworking and treats others with respect. He is an exemplary young man, and his hard work and dedication are appreciated by all of his teachers. This year's English Minor Award winner is Ethan Everts.
Next, we have History Department Chair, Mrs. Nancy Daly, to announce the History Minor.
Hi, and welcome. My name is Mrs. Daly. I am the chairperson for the History Department here at Placerita Junior High, and it's my honor to hand out the History Minor Award for the 2020-2021 school year to Alyssa Yokoyama. Allie has excelled in her history classes in both 7th and 8th grade here at Placerita. I was fortunate to have her last year as a 7th grader, and Mrs. Fisher has enjoyed her this year as an 8th grader. She has an excellent grasp on the concepts that are being taught and always shows such great understanding in both her written and verbal responses. This has definitely been a challenging year for all, and Allie has managed to not only thrive, but to continue to be a positive role model in both her online and face-to-face classes with her classmates. She was always willing to volunteer and engage in those conversations. She shared her knowledge and opinions in a respectful manner that will serve her well going forward in school and life in general. It is very clear that Alyssa is not only a wonderful history student, but an overall outstanding scholar and person. Thank you, Allie.
Now welcome Math Department Chair, Mr. Paul Cass, to announce the Math Minor.
Good evening. My name is Paul Cass, and I am the Department Chair for Mathematics at Placerita. It is my honor to announce that this year's minor award in mathematics is going to Jaden Villamueva. According to his teachers, Jaden is an excellent student and a real pleasure to have in class. True, he is a diligent, conscientious worker. He tackles each and every challenge with maturity and a happy spirit. But more importantly, Jaden displays a wonderful curiosity about math. This curiosity and diligent work ethic will serve Jaden well in the years to come, not just in math, but in whatever he chooses to pursue in life. He is not only smart enough to get the nerdy math jokes he hears, but Jaden is polite enough to laugh, even though they may not always be all that funny. The algebra material he is learning this year is difficult under the best of conditions, but he has not been deterred in mastering these abstract concepts. His teachers are impressed and inspired by his dedication to success. Congratulations, Jaden. Your teachers love being your math teachers, and we all wish you all the best.
Next is PE Department Chair, Mrs. Michelle Tate, to announce the boys and girls PE minor recipients.
This is that. During this year of online learning, this young lady has been a team leader, inclusive and friendly to everyone around her, a natural athlete, and someone who can be relied on to work hard and do the right thing. She understands that if she wants to be a success on the soccer field, a sport which she is playing in high school, she must also be successful in the classroom. Whether she's working online or in person, she always gives 100%. The PE department is proud to recognize the accomplishments of Mia Rodriguez, our female physical education minor. Congratulations, Mia. This year's male physical education minor is an incredible young man who works hard and leads by example. He understands that it takes hard work, dedication, and discipline to achieve success. Not only does this student go above and beyond to help others, he also is one of the first students in Mr. Koda's class to master the art of juggling, not to mention his newfound love for golf. The Placerita Physical Education Department considers this young man to be a perfect example of an exemplary student. Congratulations to Noah Vandermeulen.
Finally, we welcome science teacher, Mrs. Holly Reed, to award the science minor.
The
The science minor goes to Caleb Hines. Caleb's 7th grade science teacher, Mrs. Soto, said, "Caleb was never afraid to question the why of things or ask the hard, tough questions that other students wouldn't dare to think or ask. When he spoke, other students paid attention. He was always on the search for a deeper understanding of the topic at hand. Caleb was also a great lab partner to all of those he worked with. He was kind, patient, methodical, and thoughtful each time he worked with them." Throughout all of science, 7th grade and 8th grade, Caleb has earned all A's. I got to be Caleb's 8th grade science teacher this year, and I noted Caleb's ability to pick up science concepts easily, and that he was at the top of his class all year. Even through the unique distance learning time, many of Caleb's teachers and myself noted that they could count on Caleb to be actively participating, camera on, smiling, answering questions, and even ended with "bye."
Welcome back to our virtual stage, Principal Mr. John Turner, for the Principal Award recipients.
We have a new area of awards this year, and this new area comes from NASA. Our science and math department took a look at top students who had performed in 3 different areas, and tonight they will be receiving 3 different recognitions from NASA. So with that being said, let me talk to you or give you the names of these 3 students. First of all, we have Catherine Montenegro. She is awarded this certificate for academic excellence in engineering at Placerita Junior High School in the 2020-21 school year. On behalf of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration Armstrong Flight Research Center. So congratulations, Catherine. Next, we have Juliet Ogren. Juliet is awarded this certificate for academic excellence in science at Placerita Junior High School in the 2020-2021 school year on behalf of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration Armstrong Flight Research Center. So congratulations, Juliet. And finally, we have Alyssa Yokoyama. Alyssa is awarded this certificate for academic excellence in mathematics. And that happens for us this year at Placerita Junior High School in the 2020-2021 school year on behalf of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration Armstrong Flight Center. Now, all of these are signed by Joletta Patrick, who is the director of the California Office of STEM Engagement, which of course is located at the Armstrong Flight Research Center. So congratulations to Catherine, Juliet, and Alyssa for a job well done. And now it's time for our Principals Awards. There are many students that could qualify for a Principals Award, but those whose names we will call here in just a minute are receiving these awards because they represent the best of the best. This year was especially hard because this class has so many wonderful students, and we have been very limited in our time that we've been together at school. However, these have been seen doing things that represent minor pride throughout their time at Placerita. Here are some adjectives that describe these students: kind, considerate, helpful, stellar, conscientious, caring, loving, empathetic, exemplary, professional, courteous, giving, athletic, hardworking, involved, positive, fearless, incredible, responsible, mature, welcoming, compassionate, reliable, and sincere. There's a lot of different groups that are represented here this evening, but really, what sets them apart? First of all, it is their willingness to take time and invest themselves in others. Some of them were always focused on helping others, and several of these students led ASB activities through the most difficult time in history by focusing on keeping things positive for all. Some of them have overcome obstacles throughout their 2 years, including health issues, COVID, stress of online learning, COVID again, and we could go on repeating those things over and over. But beneath their masks, they're always smiling. Some have overcome a variety of barriers and have gone on to help others with difficulties, always giving of themselves. Some have created their own unique programs on remote minor morning TV, delivering information to us that otherwise we may have never known. And some have recreated segments on minor morning TV, as well as new ways for us to reach out into our community and our world with our very own podcast. You know, think about it, they really recreated minor morning TV to make it remote. And that says a big thing. Now, some have represented Placerita on district committees and have consistently demonstrated high potential in leadership. Some are incredible athletes, and unfortunately this year, we did not get to see them perform. We have some of the best and willing workers and friends that I have ever seen for this age group, and we have really missed getting to know them better this year. Some of them have made some great culinary creations in the baking club, and they have also given us art lessons on remote minor morning TV. 4 of these students have spent a lot of hours in Google meetings with our school site council, and they were able to vote on decisions for the school, and they did so very elegantly. Some spent lots of time preparing our minor pride times that we had on Fridays by designating activities for the whole school, including teachers, to participate in. Some have been known actually before COVID to bring gifts to their whole class, just because. Some of these students chose to create and participate in things that help their neighborhood and families around them. They have shown themselves to be exemplary people, not just at school, but in the community. All of them have grown and developed in an incredible way since they started at Placerita. They have found their voices and not only speak up for themselves, but for others as well. They always come to school with a positive attitude. They can be counted on for their responsibility and maturity. They make the future look much brighter. And I will say this about these: the future has yet to see what these students will accomplish. So here they are, in no particular order, are our 2021 Principal Award winners. Brooklyn Fuller, Claire Ricciardi, Kaylee Tolentino, Audrey Kim, Dylan Zamperin, Christiane Minjitsu, Alana Kagugan, Eliza Inalvez, Ashlyn Ahart, Gannon Blade, Sage Patterson, and last but definitely not least, Sadie Curtis. Congratulations to all of you. This is the time, if we were in person over at the Hart Auditorium, that we would normally pose for a big group picture. So maybe you can take a picture of yourself at home, wherever you may be at this time. Way back a long time ago, whenever I was in college, I had a college professor that had our freshman orientation class where he talked about 3 kinds of people in the world. The 3 types are those that make things happen, those that watch things happen, and those that wonder what happened? Well, I will submit to you that these students that we just talked about are going to be those that make things happen. And my challenge to them is to not stop making things happen. Remember, every moment in your life matters. You need to keep on capturing every single moment. Enjoy every opportunity that you have to make things happen and make a difference in someone else's life. Congratulations on all your hard work this year. Don't stop.
That concludes our 2020-2021 virtual 8th grade awards night. Stay safe and be well, everyone.